Today's second video for you is first news story is about an Ethiopian government minister's delegation which is visiting Europe. A few days ago, Demeke Mekonnen, a deputy prime minister, a foreign minister of Ethiopia, briefed 27 EU diplomats about Ethiopian government's efforts to resolve Tigray conflict peacefully. And after that, this delegation was sent to Europe. What is the purpose of the visit delegation? A second news story is about a political party based in the Amhara region of Ethiopia, NAMA, National Movement of Amharas. NAMA held a General Assembly a few days ago, but the General Assembly internal party elections were rejected by National Election Board of Ethiopia. Now, National Election Board of Ethiopia directed NAMA to reconduct party elections in 2 months. Now, NAMA wants an extension. It says that it is unable to hold General Assembly in 2 months. Thirdly, viewers, Tigray clarified its position about an attack on Eritrea or not. In a talk a few hours ago, Tigray President Debretsion Gebremichael spoke. DWTV, Tigray TV has shared details of what Debretsion Gebremichael said. We know that Eritrean government, Eritrean Information Ministry have been saying for the past a few weeks that Tigray is planning a major offensive on Eritrea. What is Tigray's position? Is it planning an attack on Eritrea? Will it take revenge for what Eritrean forces did in Tigray? We have this official position of a Tigray government. And lastly, viewers, a journalist has traveled to Al-Shabaab's headquarters in Somalia. Jamal Usman has shared details of how Al-Shabaab is operating in Somalia, in control of 1/3 of Somalia. How is Al-Shabaab being funded? Where does it get money from? How much area is under the control of Al-Shabaab? What is the law and order situation in Al-Shabaab controlled areas in Somalia? This is the first journalist who managed to gain access to a top leader of Al-Shabaab. He interviewed him as well. We'll have a look at the documentary, the 14-minute long video shared by Jamal Usman on Al-Shabaab. Firstly, viewers, a top Ethiopian ministerial delegation is visiting Europe after the start of Tigray conflict. EU accused Ethiopian government of human rights abuses in northern Ethiopia. That is why aid was suspended to Ethiopia. Ethiopian government has been trying to ensure resumption of this aid. A few days ago, Ethiopian Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign Minister Demeke Mekonnen briefed 27 ambassadors of EU countries, and he elaborated upon government's efforts to provide aid to Tigray, to hold those involved in human rights abuses accountable, and to start talks with the Tigray People Liberation Front. It was being hoped that after this briefing there would be resumption of aid to Ethiopia, but the aid was not resumed. Now an Ethiopian delegation is visiting Europe, and the delegation, Justice Minister especially, has held some meetings with EU officials. Ethiopian Justice Minister met with EU's Commissioner for Crisis Management and Humanitarian Aid, whose name is Janis, and Janis a few hours ago confirmed his meeting with Ethiopian Justice Minister. Now, why is that Justice Minister is visiting and having meetings with EU officials? because EU is concerned about accountability. What did Ethiopia do to hold those who were involved in rights abuses accountable? Did the government take any action? That is why Justice Minister is there to brief the EU officials about Ethiopian government's measures of accountability. Will EU be convinced? That remains to be seen. But it is being said that there could be resumption of some aid to Ethiopia in coming days. Secondly, viewers, an Ethiopian political party has written a letter to National Election Board of Ethiopia to make a request which has been rejected by NEBE, National Election Board of Ethiopia. NAMA, National Movement of Amhara, is a political party, opposition party, though part of the government as well, is based in the Amhara region of Ethiopia, led by Balate Mola, Christian Tadale, Desalin Chane, main leader of the party. And this party, more than 2 months ago, held party elections at the direction of National Election Board of Ethiopia. But the party election was challenged, though Balate Mola was re-elected as the head of the party. But party election was challenged by some party members who filed a complaint with NEBE. NEBE declared NAMA's party election as null and void, and NEBE directed NAMA to hold fresh party elections, new General Assembly, in 2 months. And the order was passed at the end of April I think, and 2 months have passed. So far, NAMA could not hold a new General Assembly because there are serious splits in NAMA. Desalin Chane has resigned from party's executive committee. Christian Tadale is also speaking against the party leadership, especially Balate Mola. The party is split. That is why party could not hold General Assembly to elect new leadership. Now NAMA has written a letter to National Election Board of Ethiopia. NAMA wants 6 months. NAMA says it is unable to hold General Assembly in 2 months. The duration is about to end at the end of this month. NAMA says that it is facing financial problems. It is facing organizational problems. It has implemented some reforms which will take some time. That is why NEBE should extend this time, this duration, to 6 months. But NEBE has rejected this request from NAMA. What will happen next? That is the question. Now, when NAMA has not conducted General Assembly within the specified period specified by National Election Board of Ethiopia, what will NEBE do? That remains to be seen. This request from NAMA to NEBE that NAMA should be given an extension. It shows that there are splits, serious splits in NAMA, and so far Balate Mola has been unable to unite the party. Thirdly, viewers, Tigray president a few hours ago clarified Tigray's position about any attack on Eritrea or not. Because we know that Eritrean government, the Information Ministry, have been saying that Tigray is planning a major offensive on Eritrea. It wants to invade Eritrea. And Tigray released a statement a few days ago. It said that it will not sit silent if its territories are under Eritrean control. Now, Tigray has made it clear about its policy. Will it attack Eritrea or not? What is Tigray's official position? Because we know that 2 days ago, a deputy president of Tigray, a lady, spoke, and she had said that Tigray would not help people of Eritrea, Amhara, Afar if they wanted to change the governments. And that statement was seen as a shift in Tigray's policy, because in earlier statements, Tigray said that it would back people of Eritrea if they wanted to change government there. Now, Debretsion Gebre-Michael spoke a few hours ago. DWTV, Tigray TV shared statement of Tigray president. Tigray president said that Eritrean forces committed atrocities in Tigray. Eritrean forces are still in control of territories of Tigray. and Tigray will liberate all its territories. Tigray will not step back from its position that it wants to liberate its territories from invading forces. Firstly. Secondly, he said that Eritrean forces, Eritrean ruler, are involved in genocide of Tigrayans, and Tigray will hold them accountable. It is also Tigray's stated position. But he clarified, he made it clear that Tigray will not attack Eritrea. It was clearly said by Tigray president in his talk that Tigray is not planning any attack on Eritrea. It will not attack Eritrea. It only wants accountability. It wants liberation of its territories. And Wesson further said that this is a false narrative launched by Eritrean government to deceive international community, to play victim. Eritrea is not victim, it's aggressor. International community should hold Eritrea accountable for its war crimes in Tigray. But Eritrea is trying to play victim. That is why it's launching this false narrative, spreading this false propaganda that Eritrea is going to be attacked by Tigray. Tigray is not planning any attack on Eritrea. So this is the official position of Tigray government now. Lastly, viewers, a journalist working for Channel 4 gained access to Al-Shabaab's headquarters in Somalia. Jamal Usman is the name of the journalist. He works for Channel 4 and he has shared a detailed documentary from the center of Al-Shabaab controlled territories in southern and central Somalia. Jamal Usman met with Mahad Karate, who is deputy commander of Al-Shabaab, and there he showed what is happening in Jilib. Jilib is the center of Al-Shabaab controlled territories. And he talked about the funding. How is Al-Shabaab being funded? Who is funding Al-Shabaab? He said that all vehicles passing through Jilib are checked, and the vehicle owners have to pay taxes. The taxes range from $100 to $200 to $1,500. Between $200 and $1,500 per vehicle tax is being charged by Al-Shabaab authorities. And this is the main source of income of Al-Shabaab. And secondly, he said that in Al-Shabaab controlled territories, there is peace. There is no crime, no robberies, no theft. That's not surprising. We have seen that in Afghanistan as well, that in Taliban controlled areas, there was peace. It was partly due to strict punishments given by Taliban, and same is happening in Al-Shabaab controlled territories in Somalia, that punishments are very strict. So that is why there is no stealing, there is no theft, there is no robberies there. Again, what we saw in Afghanistan, same here, that male-female interaction is prohibited. Even in cars, vehicles, they are not allowed to sit together. But Al-Shabaab is not against education. Jamal Usman has shared a video of a school with girls who can be seen talking and they're speaking English as well. So a hospital run by Shabaab has also been shown by Jamal. So it's a country which is being run by Al-Shabaab in Somalia. 1/3 of Somalia under Al-Shabaab. It means that it's a country which is being run by Al-Shabaab. That is why neighboring countries, Ethiopia, Kenya, they see Al-Shabaab as a threat. And Mahad Karate, in his talk with Jamal Usman, said that democracy was against Islam, though its interpretation which not all Muslims agree with. But this is Al-Shabaab's ideology, that democracy is against Islam, and the government of Somalia is illegitimate. And he said, Mahat Karate, that no change can be brought about through talks, through negotiations. That is why there will be no talks with Somalia's government. Al-Shabaab will keep on doing what it has been doing for the establishment of a country, a state with Sharia imposed, Islamic law imposed, not democracy. Very interesting document. You can see it, you can watch it on channel 4. Thank you for watching.